So this morning we are talking all issues education. What are the milestones and the challenges? And it comes really on the backdrop of some findings of a report by Equal Education after conducting a school social audit on some of the schools here in Gauteng. Just note as well, this is just Gauteng, but there are issues around the whole country. Now, this particular audit was conducted on 200,000 students in more than 200 schools in over 20 communities around Gauteng. The report covers learning conditions. It also identified other challenges like overcrowding, the lack of libraries, as well as laboratories and shortages of simple things like desks and chairs. It also highlighted that about 10% of township schools are experiencing a sanitation crisis. So let's now change perspective a little bit, and to continue our discussion, we are joined in studio by Nandipha Khohliso, who is Khohliso at Thabisile Primary School. Did I get it right there?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very, very much. And that's, of course, in Zone 5, Diepkloof. And Dr. Chakane, the CEO of Goniwe School of Leadership and Governance. Thank you so much. It's good to have you as well.
Thank you, Leon.
All right, so I know that many of you you've heard the conversation that we had before. So let's try and move tack a little bit and talk about governance issues. And I know that is what the school does, your Goniwe Leadership School. But what exactly, to put us in perspective, what exactly do you do?
Thank you very much, Leon, and good morning to your listeners. Goniwe is an entity of the Gauteng Department of Education. It was established in 2002, but our mandate is actually a training arm. So what we do, we train all the stakeholders in the education system, starting from the parents themselves. We train the SGB members, we train the learners, but specifically the RCLs, Representative Councils of Learners. We also train the teachers, and then we move into senior management teams, which are called SMTs. We train principals, school governing bodies, but we also train the district officials. So Goniwe's mandate is really to train all the role players within the education system.
Okay. And how much money is actually allocated to this training from the school's perspective?
It really depends, Leon, because different programs need different amounts. For example, let's take the parents one. The parents one is a huge training that we do. We trained, 2013, we trained about 106,000 parents across the Gauteng province.
Sure.
Last year, we trained about 97,000 parents. This year, we intend to train more than 100,000. So if you look at that program, and now the other thing I want to also indicate here is that program is good because when we train, we also target unemployed people and we use them as facilitators. So we contribute back to the community. So that program, more or less, it's running to millions of rands, plus or minus around 18 million rands to run that particular program.
Okay, so it's a big budget that is, and we'll go into the training and what it actually entails in a short while. But Nandipha, let's bring you into the conversation now. You have a young child.
Yes.
How old is your child?
My son is 5 years old.
5 years old.
Yes.
And the school that he's at is the Thabisile Primary School in Zone 5?
Yes.
What are conditions like there for him?
The conditions in school are good. The only thing we need as parents, I think it should be sports facilities to accommodate soccer, science labs, and build new toilets. The school is old. Not paint, but build a new block of toilets.
Yeah. What are the toilets what are they like at the moment?
At the moment, they are not hygienic.
How many toilets are there? Let's start there.
For girls, it's 5 seats, and for boys, it's just 2 seats.
2.
Yes.
And how many children about attend this school?
It's about 1.5, if I'm not lying.
That's it. It's unacceptable. I mean, 1,500 children having to share 5 toilet seats for girls and 2 for boys. You can teach governance and leadership to a certain level, but what's the problem? I mean, you're giving me huge numbers of people that have come through your leadership school, and then we look at the practicalities of what is actually happening. And this is just on a sanitation level. We haven't even gone into other issues. Where is the lack of what is going on in your perspective?
Well, Leon, as the previous discussions, the DDG Edward Musu has tried to explain in some details what are some of the challenges that the GDE is facing. But I don't want to look at that perspective. I'm going to look again at the training perspective. What we have done, we acknowledge that there is a problem. The MEC is on public record that there is a problem. Now, as Matthew Goniwe coming to the party, what we have done, the different we are doing now on the training of the SGB, immediately after the MEC announced that all schools will be Section 21. Now, let me explain clearly what this means. It means from now onwards, all the schools in Gauteng will take responsibility of the maintenance of their infrastructure. Now, from the training point of view, it means me as Matthew Goniwe must make sure parents like the one sitting next to me have got the knowledge and the skill to do that maintenance. And that's what we are doing now this year. This year, the package of the SGB training that we're going to be giving to parents, we're starting on the 30th of May. We have included a new theme there. And that theme, we have clustered it and called it LTSM, Learner, Teacher and Support Materials. But the idea behind it is to go there and provide the parents, provide the new SGB members with the proper knowledge, skills, competencies to maintain and manage. Now, if you remember the previous discussion where the DGG indicated that the GDE keeps going in, fix some of these toilets, but the problem continues. So it becomes to sustain that whole thing, then you need to make sure that there's also a change of attitude, not only of the learner themselves, but also of the SGB, the teachers, and everyone within the schooling system. So I cannot talk about the problem we know is there, but let's go looking forward. Let's see what it is that we can do, what best can we do. And I'm saying from the training point of view, we are ready as Matthew Goniwe to go in there, to go and assist the parents, to go and assist the SGBs, to go and to some extent assist even the representative council of learners on how to manage their own facilities. And to me, that's a sustainable solution.
As a parent, are you willing to assist, to help wherever you can with maintenance?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
And I'm willing.
Have you been asked by the school to assist?
Yes.
Okay. So the school does have programs, and it does invite parents to come in and maintain the school, to offer assistance. What does the school do?
As the school?
Yeah.
Due to parents?
Yes. Asking when the school asks the parents to assist, how do they ask? What do they ask of you?
Oh, they ask us to help in cleaning the school, maintain the garden, where we can. Yeah. Especially in homeworks after school, there are kids that we stay behind with and help them with their homeworks.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. Are you familiar with the Matthew Goniwe School of Leadership?
I've heard about it, yes.
Okay, but you've never gone on a course or ever been offered to go on one of these courses? No. Yeah. This is a problem, yeah?
It is. Leon, that is why I took an opportunity quickly, grabbed the opportunity to come and appear in your morning life. I'm aware that there are a number of parents out there in the county province that are not aware of Matthew Goniwe and what we're doing. And I'm here this morning once more to call. I've been on the radio and asking them, take advantage of the programs that we do. Now, just to give you a bit snapshot of the kinds of things we do for parents, we've got about 7 themes that we cover in that parental program I've told you about. One of them, it covers topical issues, like, for example, bullying. What do you have to do as a parent if your child is identified as a bully? We do things like substance abuse. How do you handle that kind of situation? Teen pregnancy. How do you assist as a parent your child against terrorism, religious harmful practices? So it's a very wonderful program. And this program, we don't do it centrally, but we go to where the schools are. We do it in those schools. And therefore, I do acknowledge, yes, that there are a number of parents across Gauteng that are not aware of the things that we avail. And I'm saying now, please take advantage of this.
So, for instance, if Nandipha would like to come, what would it cost her?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
So
all we want is her to come.
You just go, and would it be something that you're interested in?
I'd love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, and I don't think, your friends, those that are around you, people that you talk to, like you say, you've heard of Matthew Goniwe, but do you know anybody that has been on one of these courses?
No.
No. And and I think that's probably a big problem. And I'm glad that you've taken the opportunity to come out here. Let's just focus again on budgets. How much budget is actually given to this overall from the Department of Education to this training, to your facility?
Yeah. Our last year budget, Leon, is just above 300 million.
300 million.
But that is a budget.
Okay.
It's not the actual cash transfers that comes through to Matthew Goniwe, which in the last financial year we got about 50% of that budget.
Okay.
But with that, we have learned now to be cost effective. For example, that's why I'm saying we target, for example, in this parental program, we go after unemployed youth, unemployed people, retired teachers, and we get them, we train them, and then we send them out to go and teach. But we have also, for example, recently now in the ICT schools that the MEC has announced, we are now using the actual teachers themselves to teach the parents and the actual learners themselves to assist the parents. So there is a way that we can get around and make sure that we do get what we want to do. But the budget itself is minimal, and if there are people out there who really share our vision and the cause that we're doing, I'll really appreciate it from, as the CEO of Goniwe, with the finances, the funding, the donors, because we've got big visions that we want to explore and pursue.
I'm going to get contact details and all of that now so that we can put it out to some of our viewers that are watching and that are perhaps interested in attending this, and hopefully Nandipha is one of them that can talk directly to the source here. But I would like to, from parents' perspective, what would you like to see government doing more? How would you like to see your school improving with the help of government?
If they can install libraries in school and have libraries in school, that would be highly appreciated. Make science labs for them to experiment as well at school. And then, what else? Have computers as well, computer classes, and sports grounds, as I've said, for netball, soccer, and well as volleyball. In the township.
So it's all the stuff you've said before, just the facilities that are a problem. Sports fields. The kids now, where do they play sports?
There is a mini grass outside behind the school. There is no ground, just a play field. Just a play field that they'll go. I mean, there's no soccer posts. The grass, is there grass there? There is, but it's old. It's brownish old. Now, no longer green. That you know of, are there any groundsmen that are looking after the school? Yes, there are. Are there a few, or is it just one person that is? It's two of them. It's two people that's tasked with looking after the whole school and doing all maintenance. Yeah, which in reality, for two people, that's too much. It's too much. And that's where parents are brought in to assist. Yes. Yeah. Do you find that a lot of parents are willing to assist, or do you find that some are, you know what, I'm busy enough, I'm working all day, I'm sending my kids to school because I want them to have an education, but I am working to make money to support their education, and they don't have extra time. Is that a story that you hear from a lot of parents? Yes, they do. Not everyone is willing to volunteer and do good after a long, hard day's work. Yeah. It's just those and those. Which again is also posing a problem. I think that some people feel, look, I can help so much, but there's I can't do more than what I'm already doing as a parent. True. Truly, I mean, I see it most of the time, even in this parental program, where we have decided to take it back to where nearest to the parents. Understandably so, that some of the parents, they use Saturdays and Sundays as the time for the families, because most of our training occurs during those weekend days. But I really appreciate that the time of the energy, the money, that we put into all these programs. If parents out there can really come in numbers, we'll announce it again, we'll find a platform, we'll announce it for people to come so that we can assist them. We've got the skills, we've got other things that they need. We've got to assist parents like to say, this is how you can do things, this is how you can handle this. Yeah. And actually our program even encourage parents to be part and parcel of their own schooling. We do this training in their school where their children are. So it makes them to be part and parcel of that schooling. So it is very critical for me, for parents to really grab this opportunity. And as I said, it's absolutely for free. Yeah, which is a good thing. One of the other issues that was brought up in our previous discussions was that of district officers and their lack of wanting to do things. Now, perhaps I shouldn't really be talking to you about this because that's not necessarily where you are meant to go in and assist. But in a way, I mean, that is, when the school has a problem, that's the first port of call. Not all of us have access to the MECs and the ministers, and you've got your district office that their doors should be open and they should be willing to assist. And yet that doesn't seem to be the case. And we even heard that from Equal Education, that really is where some of the major problems come out of. Look, as you rightly said, Leon, that's a question will be much better dealt by GDE. But from where I'm sitting, I can say to you that that's one thing that we realized when we rolled out our ICT program, that we left out the
district officials, subject advisors, and all those people. And now we are correcting that as Matthew Goniwe. Now I can say to you without any contradiction, today as I speak, we're training subject advisors. We're starting from that layer because we have realized how critical that layer is to deal with the people. So yes, that's very critical layer, and from a training point of view, we are now training subject advisors and district officials to assist the schools.
Well, that is, I mean, I think that's what I really wanted to get out of, is that they deserve the training as well. Let me read one or two tweets, and then I'll tell you about our competition here on the program. Tukatla saying, this is also, he's saying, we take charge of our school, but district officers are dead. This is from some of our viewers. Another one coming through saying sanitation is one thing, but the shortage of teachers is a big problem in some of our schools. And then Jerry writing in, Jerry Latole saying, let's check how many townships are actually paying school fees 100%, so then we can start pointing fingers at other people. Okay, Jerry, thank you so much for writing in. Numuso Keninda saying, I'm training parents of learners on computer skills. By doing so, they become security for their own assets in the school. So there are people out there that want to help. So
absolutely. Yeah.
Give me your details very quickly before we wrap this up. How do we get hold of you?
My telephone number is 011
right
830 22
yeah
00.
Okay. So that's for the Matthew Goniwe School. If you want to get in, it is free. Book a time and you can go.
Yes.
Okay, 011-830-2200. That's the number to call.
It is.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming and talking to us as well from a real perspective. A mother of a pupil at Thabisile Primary School in Zone 5, Diepkloof, Nandipha, and Dr. More Chakane, the CEO of the Matthew Goniwe School of Leadership and Governance. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Leon.
All right, so as we wrap up the program, I'm going to leave you with these competition